Merry Christmas and welcome to Storytime with Cozy Melka. This holiday season, we'll be sharing stories of generosity, responsibility, and compassion. As we gather around, let's put on our listening ears as we read special holiday tales together. And today's book is called One Cozy Christmas by M. Christina Butler and illustrated by Tina McAnaughton. I hope I said that right. Without further ado, let's find a cozy spot, grab a friend, and enjoy a great holiday story. It was a cold winter day, and Little Hedgehog and his friends were looking for a Christmas tree. This one, squeaked the baby mice. Perfect, beamed Little Hedgehog. I'm so happy you could all stay for Christmas. It's going to be wonderful. Oh, Christmas tree, how lovely are your branches, the mice sang merrily on the way home. Everyone helped with decorating the tree, and soon it sparkled and shone. It's so beautiful, sighed Little Hedgehog. Hooray for Christmas time with friends! They all cheered on their way to bed. They're so cute. But the next morning, everyone was in a terrible mood. Ouch, cried Fox, you stepped on my paws. I can't find my socks, moaned Rabbit. Never mind your socks, grumbled Badger, who was snoring all night long. And who's been eating the decorations? Squeaked a baby mouse. We hung 7 cookies on the tree yesterday, and now there are only 6. Stop, cried Little Hedgehog. We shouldn't argue at Christmas time. Let's do something fun. Should we go skating? Yes, said the baby mice, and they all set off to the pond. Sliding and gliding across the ice, the friends were soon laughing again. They twirled until they were all tired out. Then, with frosty paws, they skated home. As he warmed up with cookies and hot chocolate, Little Hedgehog smiled to himself. I can't wait for Christmas to come, he thought. I hope you sleep well, Badger, said Little Hedgehog as they headed to bed. Thank you, yawned Badger. Let's hope there won't be any more snoring. But in the morning, the friends were grumpier than ever. That snoring was awful, complained Badger. I was awake all night, Fox snapped. Fox, grumbled Mouse, you're squishing my Christmas sweater. But that wasn't all. Someone's eaten another cookie, called a baby mouse. Wait, something even more terrible has happened, cried Little Hedgehog. I can't find my hat. This is terrible, cried Rabbit. We must find Little Hedgehog's hat. But even though they searched high and low all morning, they couldn't find it anywhere. Little Hedgehog watched sadly as the mice played in the snow. It was too cold to go outside without his hat. I can't even go into my own kitchen, he sniffled, because Fox is baking a surprise. This isn't how things are supposed to be at all. At dinner time, as he dug into Fox's delicious cake, Little Hedgehog began to feel a little better. The tree twinkled in the glow of the fire, and Badger read exciting stories to them. It's almost Christmas, giggled the baby mice excitedly, clapping their paws. But poor Little Hedgehog was still thinking about his hat. Such a mystery, he mumbled. That night, Little Hedgehog hardly slept a wink. The house echoed with giggles, squeaks, and a strange clicking sound. But when the first rays of the morning sun stretched in through the window, Little Hedgehog leapt out of bed. It's Christmas morning, he cried happily, completely forgetting how sleepy he was. Amazing how that works. Merry Christmas, everyone, sang Little Hedgehog as the friends gathered to open their presents. We stayed up to paint you this picture, squeaked the baby mice. And this is for me, smiled Badger. What a nice new hat, Badger, cried Little Hedgehog. That clicking noise last night must have been your knitting needles. Everyone was merrily unwrapping their gifts when all of a sudden Mouse cried, Oh my goodness, the Christmas tree is snoring. What could it be? Cried Little Hedgehog, and when he looked, he couldn't believe his eyes. Oh, he cried, I found my hat, and there's someone asleep inside of it. The friends looked down at a little squirrel, fast asleep. He must have been asleep in the tree when we brought it home, whispered Badger. That explains the snoring, added Fox, and the missing cookies. Well, I'm glad my old hat found a good home, smiled Little Hedgehog. How wonderful to share Christmas with my dear friends, and a brand new one, too. That's such a good reminder to remember to have a good attitude. Things come up all the time that bug us, or annoy us, even our family. And it's important to focus on the positives. Yes, acknowledge that things can be difficult, but focusing on the positive, like they did when they woke up grumpy and then did something fun together, they focused on the positives of being together and how wonderful that was, even though sometimes being together is annoying. So, do you have any stories of being annoyed at someone maybe that you love, your friends, your family, and being able to turn it around, finding the positive of that situation? And we look forward to hearing from you, and we'll see you next time for another great story.